all the way in New Zealand. There he is. Hello, Dan. How are you?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, not too bad. How are you, sir? $1,000,000.
Okay. How is, well, good to see you again. Last time it was a very quick conversation. You were, I think, in transit, hospital, in pain. There was a lot going on. And unfortunately, Saturday didn't come to fruition. Could I ask, is it the same arm that you injured back in July?
It's the exact same spot. So it just, like, speaking with the surgeon, it just never healed properly. Like, it actually never healed. Like, it never set into place. And by the time, like, I realized that it was not healing, I was like I was too deep in. I was too far in. Like, I was too close to the fight. Like, everything was booked. So I was just kind of going out of my way to protect it and not, like, let it get hit. And then in my second and last sparring session, just one of my sparring partners just whipped the kick up out of nowhere, like, caught it on the right spot, and just just blew it right through. So I had the same surgery, just a bigger plate put in, and then they drilled some bone marrow out of my hip.
Oh my
gosh! They drilled bone marrow out of my hip and then injected it in the spot where it's not healing, just to, like, ensure it heals up. So yeah, it never was, like, healing from the start. I was just got back to action too quick, just too hungry to fight.
Did you get back into action too quick, like, based on your own accord? Like, did they tell you to take some time off and you were just too hungry to fight and didn't listen to those doctor's orders?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
I'm an idiot. Like, you need to save me from myself. Like, I'm a complete, like, it's like you're obsessed. Like, you have an obsession. It's almost like you take it too far. You cross the line into the point of self-destruction. Like, it's like a mental illness. You need to train.
Right. No, I understand that. But I'm curious, was this going to happen, like, inevitably? Was the surgery faulty to the point where it was going to happen even if you waited a few more months?
Yeah. It just never hit, like, too much too soon.
Yeah.
And the bone just never actually set. It was inevitable, and I had accepted that it was, like, inevitable. That's initially why, when they said it's like a 5-round fight, I knew at some point in the fight my arm would break.
Oof.
So I was thinking, 3 rounds. I was like, I can do 2 rounds of a broken arm. I was like, 4 rounds of a broken arm. I was like, but then I got fit and I was like, yeah, I can do 4 rounds of a broken arm. So it's just one of those things.
Did you watch the fight on Saturday? Or Sunday?
Yeah, I went
Sunday
over to I went to Israel. Me and Israel watched it.
Okay. And so can I just ask, were you shocked that Jalin did that to Bobby in such quick fashion?
Nah, that's how I thought it was going to
go. Was it hard to watch?
That's what I wanted to. Nah, not hard to, like, that's how I thought that, like, just from obviously fighting Jalin and studying his style, and then having watched Bobby over the last few months and studying his style, I just thought stylistically that it was not a good matchup for Bobby. He would have a hard time getting in, or he'd have a hard time, like, closing the distance on Jalin. I think it was just a stylistic thing. When I saw Jalin getting announced as the replacement, I kind of knew that that's the way that the fight would go. It's just a bad style for him.
Obviously, it was a great finish, but I was appalled by the stoppage. I thought it went on like 12 seconds too long. It was really uncomfortable to watch. As a fighter, do you agree with that assessment? No,
it is what it is.
Come on, he was dead. He was like dead on the ground there.
I'm old school. I'm old school.
He wasn't doing anything. You thought that was okay? You didn't bat an eye looking at that?
I didn't. I've been doing this a long time. Like, that's the way that fights used to go. Like, that's the way that fights used to get revved.
Come on,
it's old school.
Yeah, old school. But I mean, The sport needs to evolve. Yeah, there were once no weight classes too, but I mean, there's weight classes now. So
yeah. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. I'm old school.
So you watched that, and there wasn't any part of you that was like, "What is this referee doing? This is egregious."
Oh, yeah. Like it was late, but I don't know. Not gonna write home about it. Like I wouldn't.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right. I thought it was. I mean, I thought Bobby like might have been dead. Like his body was lifeless out there, getting punched. I didn't understand. He wasn't even defending himself.
I'm in the Just Bleed group, but I'm
I love it. All right, that's why people love you. You're way tougher than I am. Speaking of which, can I ask about this tattoo? We haven't talked since the tattoo, the one on the chest. What does it represent?
Nah, nothing. It's just a skull. It's just a skull with weapons coming out of it.
Wow. And did it hurt?
Nah, piece of puss, mate.
Stop it. Here, this part right here, that had to have hurt.
That wasn't too bad. Like, right there, like right on your sternum veins. Like, not the most fun I've ever had. Not as bad as your feet. Like your feet, that's pretty bad.
Right.
I can see why not many people have their feet tattooed, but you gotta get your feet. You know.
Oh my gosh! And how long did that take?
What, my chest?
Yeah.
Probably I want to say 2 days, two sessions, like two full like 8-9 hour days.
Wow. And is this one of those things where you tell your wife after the fact, or does she know? Like, do you get her permission before the fact?
Nah, she's covered too. She's got as many tattoos as I have. She's been getting covered as well this year. So she's got them all over her legs and her back and her chest, and she's nuts as well, mate. Everyone thinks it's me, but we're in it together.
All right, fair. What does your daughter say about like you come home with a skull on your chest? Does she like it?
No, she's not scared of it. My wife's got snakes on her legs. She's more scared of the snakes on my wife's leg than the skull on my chest.
Wow. Are you done now? Is that it?
Oh, I got one more in. I got one more booked in January. But after that, we'll see.
What is that? And where is that?
I'm not a magician. Never reveals his magic tricks, bro. You can't.
Sorry. My bad.
If you tell people, you can get talked out of it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
If you just never tell anyone and you just go and do it, then everyone just has to deal with it. You know?
Fair enough. What are they saying about the arm? Like realistically, when will it heal? And then realistically, when will you be able to fight?
No, I can do it in like the same time frame. Like I'll be back to training in 3 months. Just I never let it set at the start. Like they gave me like a smaller brace, and it like allowed me to use it. And then I was just doing stuff with it and lifting weights, and just it never from the start. So this time they've put me in there's no faith. They've put me in a concrete cast. They're not letting me, there's just absolutely no faith involved, which I need. I need to be protected from myself. And so it's just set in stone. I'm playing everything by the book this time.
Okay. I'm
not crossing the line. I'm not breaking any rules. I'm going to get this thing healed up. But no, like, yeah, I think 5 months is a good target I've set myself.
You know, back in October when we saw your friend and teammate Alex Volkanovski fight on short notice against Islam, he kept saying, I believe the term that he used was it was doing his head in, which I think is a term that you guys would do, like the layoff. And what was crazy about that was he had only been away for 3 months. His last fight was in July, the same card as yours. And so some guys take off 5-6 months. Is this what you're referring to when you say that, like, you know, when you joke about mental illness, that like you just can't stay away? It's just so hard when you're on the sidelines. You need to go back out there, even if you may not be 100%.
Yeah, it drives you crazy sitting on the sidelines. Like, you get so like hell-bent on achieving what you set out to achieve, and you don't let anything like get in the way. So you break your arm or something happens, you just, I don't know, you're just obsessed. It's an obsession. You're obsessed with something. So when something gets in the way, like you look at it as like a challenge as opposed to something like actually stopping you.
So what do you do now to scratch that itch?
No, like I'm like keeping my same routine, like going to the gym every morning, like just staying like glued into the team and everything that's going on, and helping my teammates where I can, in a more like passive way, like pointing out technical things or helping guys as I can see. So that's how I'm getting through it this time, is still being part of the team, still keeping my same routine, still like keeping up to date with what the goings on in the gym and technically where everyone's progressing. So that's a good way to help.
You were cornering this weekend, right?
Not cornering. I just went and watched. We have King of the Ring, which is like a huge kickboxing show here in New Zealand. So I was just screaming from the sidelines. I don't know if you call it. I don't know if you call it. Abusing people from the first row is not. I wouldn't say it's cornering.
I saw on your Instagram. I thought maybe it seemed like you were close to the action, so I thought maybe you were there to coach.
Just ringside, baby. Best seat in the house. There's definitely no coaching. There's no coaching involved. I was just instigating fist fights.
Is that something that you are going to do, like just because you like to be a part of it? Do you think that when the career is over, you will transition into being a full-time coach?
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. For now, I'm just focused on competing and fighting.
Sure. Fair enough. What did you think of the main event? I'm sure you were interested in that as well. Arman and his win over Beneil Dariush. Did that surprise you?
Not necessarily like surprised. He just kind of caught him cold, caught him early. Like Beneil takes a few hits to get woken up. Yeah, just put him out like a light. That's two bad stoppages in a row for Beneil. It'll be hard for him to claw his way back from this one.
Yeah. Do you think Arman could beat Islam?
Yeah, they had a pretty close fight in the first one. Yeah, he could beat him.
He's gotten a lot.
He ain't gonna fight him. I guarantee he'll retire. He'll retire by the time Arman gets there for sure.
Why? Why do you say that?
Too risky. There's too much risk. There's too many other easier fights out there. Like you'd rather fight. Yeah, there's easier fights out there.
Meaning like the bigger names who
stylistically, the bigger names who are actually gonna say like no one's gonna buy a Arman Tsarukyan pay-per-view. Come on, you know what I mean? No one's tuning into the press conference. No one's giving the $80 for the pay-per-view. You'd rather watch Islam fight McGregor or Gaethje or something like that.
I get your point, but someone could have said that about Islam like 2-3 years ago, right?
I think you could have said it before they started getting all that money, before they started getting the UAE money. Now you can't say it. Now they got too much. Now they got deep pockets. I think before the deep pockets came into play, but now they got deep pockets.
But by the way, Arman's got some fire. Did you see that little run-in with Bobby in the hotel?
He's got some fire. No. How has he got some fire?
Well, I mean, that was some drama, right? That got people talking about the fight.
Yeah, bro, that's a dangerous game. Like what? Like striking distances for striking. Like either if you want to talk to me, talk to me from over there. But if you come that close, I'm gonna headbutt you like that. That's silly, bro. That's silly.
On whose part? On Arman's part or Bobby's part?
I'm that close, bro. Nah, come there like I'm gonna walk up that close. Like that's not for me. Like personally, that distance is not for. That's not for talking. You don't talk to someone that close.
Right. Tough spot for
You
Bobby, though,
stay
right?
out of it. So for Bobby, he's just like on his phone,
By
distracted. But then
himself.
he got his got back. He got his team. I saw the second video where
Right. That was crazy.
he went up to his teammates, and then his teammates are jumping around like schoolgirls. So they were making fools of themselves. Bro, I'll beat my own mates up if they were running around like that, they're making themselves look like fools.
You're talking about the one in the lobby.
Yeah, where they're jumping in the air and running around in circles and shit like that. They're just embarrassing themselves.
Well, he was trying to get revenge, I think.
Yeah, but the other like Arman's boys, like Bobby's walking up on them for a fight.
Right.
And then Arman's mates run around in circles and they're jumping in the air and running away.
Okay, I got
like
you.
little girls. Have a fight. It's that simple.
Okay, fair enough. Have you ever been in a position like that where an opponent or someone that you know were circling, or like you are in a hotel, you're about to fight, and someone comes up to you like that?
In the UFC, I've never I don't care. Like anyone knows that. Like fight week and stuff, I just walk around by myself. Like this is business. Like that's for show. Like walking up to Bobby Green with a camera behind you, like that's for show. This is all for show. This is all for show. Like there's cameras everywhere. There's security there. Like I know full well if you wanted to get at someone, like if you legitimately wanted to attack someone or get at someone, you could do it 100%. You could track them down. You could find them, you could catch them by yourself, like no cameras, you could get at someone. So I know that this is all just for show and for attention and to attract someone like that. This is like our job, you know what I mean? But self-defense is self-defense, my friend.
Yes. Do you still have interest in fighting Bobby Green despite what happened on Saturday?
Nah, I think that's yeah. Like I think the interest is from like the fans in that is kind of deflated in that fight.
Okay. Who would interest you upon your return? I know we're a little bit far out, but is there?
Nah, I got a broken arm, bro. I'm not gonna talk shit with a broken arm.
I'm not saying talk shit.
People out like
just who keeps who's in your thoughts.
But like by the time I get back there, like the whole division would have changed. I saw a tweet this morning. Like no one in the top 15 has a fight for lightweight. Like no one is booked for a fight. So by the time I get back to training and back to action, 2-3 months, the whole division will be booked up, and there'll be all you have to think is who don't anyone want to fight, and then that's probably who I'll end up fighting.
Perhaps it's Arman.
Perhaps it's Arman. I don't like the guy. I think he's an idiot. I think he's annoying. Can he fight? 100%. The guy is a very talented young fighter. But he's just annoying. He's just a dweeb. I just don't like him.
Is it because of that incident, or is it because of something else?
Nah, like he's always talked shit at me in the past. Like he's just super. He's just like disrespectful to like guys that have been doing it a long time, and that's just like youth. That's just because I used to be the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're coming up and you're killing everyone and you're full of beans, yeah, you start talking wild about like the older guys, and then when you get there and you're like, oh yeah, you understand the game better. So I feel like he'll like learn and mature with time, but at the moment he's just an idiot.
What's he said about you? Everyone likes you.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Not everyone likes me, Ariel. That's not, and I don't even. And I. That's a lie.
No,
don't lie to me, Ariel. I thought we had an honest relationship.
I feel like everyone loves Dan Hooker. I've never heard anyone really who's talked shit about you.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Everyone
that's
likes
right.
me,
That's
Ariel.
right. I'm trying to lift your spirits
We'll
up
go
during
with
this
that. I like. We'll go with your story. I
during
like
this
it better.
downtime. It would be good. I see you have the Christmas tree there, but it's summertime in New Zealand, right? What a weird thing.
Yeah. It's a bit different down here. You have a barbecue. You throw the rugby ball around in the backyard in the sun. That's what we do. That's what we do for
Oh
Christmas.
my gosh, I love everything. And how is Izzy doing? Israel's doing okay?
Nah, he's all good. He's all good. He's just taking some time to, just let us let some injuries he's been carrying for years, kind of get better.
You,
He's all good. He's all good. He's just relaxing, recovering.
you know, it's one that I would love to see down the line because I was thinking about you and who you could. I know it's going to take some time, but Dustin Poirier is still kind of out there. You know what I mean? He doesn't have a home right now. He can't find the fight that excites him. One more time, I feel like you versus Dustin in a crowd would be a lot of fun, right? In front of
Yeah,
people.
like that was like my original like beating Bobby and then carrying the momentum off that. I think that would
Uh,
have interested Dustin. That like would have got him out of bed. But yeah.
that's the
That
one.
was that was my original plan, sir.
Oh my gosh, I would love to
But
see that one.
it's been foiled. My plan has been foiled.
No, maybe we just come back to that plan. Maybe that's the one that you come back to.
We could. You'd have to ask him.
All right, I will ask him.
I'm obviously in. You've obviously got half of the team agreeing to it.
Okay, I'm going to work on that, and then I'm going to send the papers to Hunter and Dana. All right?
Don't you announce the fight, or it'll get cancelled
No,
the
no.
next day.
What? What's a? That's a low blow. What are you talking about? That's not very nice, Dan. Well,
Oh, I'm just teasing.
no, it's all
I'm just
good.
teasing.
It's
It's
all
just a
good.
jibe. It's just a jibe.
Sure.
Friendly jibe.
Yeah, no. I'll take it on the chin. I'm glad that you're in good spirits. I hope that you're able to keep active despite the arm. You can work on the left hand, right? You can just do left hand exercises. Just throw, you know.
I do.
Okay, good. That's good. I'm happy to hear that. And we miss you out there. We missed you on Saturday, and hope that you're back in no time.
I'll be back before you know it, boys. I'll be back before the doctor recommends. Nah, I'm
No,
listening
please.
to the doctor this time. I will not be back before the doctor gives me the all clear.
And I feel like this is where I feel like the left is where the tattoo is coming. It feels like it's too naked over there. I feel like something over here is happening, right? Yeah? All right, we'll see. Stay tuned.
We'll see. Stay tuned, boys. Watch my next trip.
All right. Take care, Dan. All the best to you and your family. Happy holidays, and have a speedy recovery.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Great to talk to you as always. There he is. Hangman, Dan Hooker. Interesting stuff there. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it very much. Hey, if you like this video, give us the old thumbs up. Subscribe as well. You can get many more of these videos on the channel, so please do that. We would love you forever if you did so.